Hello little buns, it is Steph. Welcome back to my home. I have some shareable Facebook material for you. Are you ready? We're gonna talk about trans stuff again. When people don't understand trans people, generally, one of the first things I hear them say is something along the lines of, trans people don't exist. They're not real. They should just get therapy. They should just get therapy. They need help. They're not women. They need therapy. That's what I hear. A lot. A lot. And I want to tell you why that statement is utter shit. Okay? And why you should stop saying it. You ready for this education? These bombs that I'm about to lay out and display for you in a wonderful gilded case? Trans people frequently go to therapy. That's usually how we know we're trans, okay? That's not my experience. That may not be the experience of your trans friends, okay? But lots of people who are experiencing some kind of self-hatred, this loathing, this weird physical disconnect from their body, they go to therapy and they're like, this is what I'm feeling, and the therapist is like, have you considered that you might be transgender? Because that's what therapists should do. A respectable, well-educated therapist / psychologist / whatever you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. If their patient is exhibiting signs of gender dysphoria, the therapist is going to prescribe them transition. Okay? So when you're trying to tell us that we're sick and we need help, go to therapy. You're not saying what you think you're saying. What you're trying to say is you think that we're deluded, we're delusional, that we don't know what we're talking about, and that our feelings are fake. But what you're actually saying is you should go to a therapist where they will tell you you need to transition and then send you to your medical doctor to get a referral to an endocrinologist to get hormones so that you can begin medically transitioning. Not every trans person wants to medically transition, okay? Not every trans person wants to take hormones or get surgeries. But the point is, when you tell us to go to therapy and we go to therapy, the therapist is going to tell us, yeah, you're trans, you need to transition. Or you don't, if you don't want to. But like, usually you go to a therapist if you're feeling sad, and usually that's because you need to transition. Holy shit. Guys, we just figured it out. We just figured it out. Are you on the same page as me now? Are you? Please? Please tell me. I apologize if this seemed condescending, but I'm feeling condescending towards these people that tell me to go to therapy, that I need help. Because that's exactly what I need. Thank you. I got it. I'm ready. I'm done that now. That's why I'm here, okay? Cool. Cool. But don't worry. There's still some sweetness left in this loaf of bread, okay? We're gonna talk a little bit more about this. Some other things that cisgender people usually say when we talk about trans issues or transgender people might be things like, can you just not call me cisgender? I don't like that. It's normal. I'm normal. I'm not cisgender. I'm normal. Do I even have to explain why this is a problem? Okay, let me figure this out. I'm gonna try not to be as condescending as I just was. Okay, cis is a prefix, just like trans is a prefix. There's many words that use trans as a prefix. Transatlantic, Trans-American, highway, you know, or railway or whatever it is. Transfigure, transform. And the prefix trans means across, or, yeah, across, pretty much. To go from one place to another, to go from one thing to another. Trans, okay? The prefix cis is Latin as well. Just as old as trans. In fact, they were probably invented or written or whatever at the same time, because they mean kind of opposite things. So where trans means across, cis means on the same side of. Some other words that use a cis prefix other than cisgender or cisnormative or whatever, what have you, are words like cislocative, cisregulatory, cisgenesis. These are words commonly used in science, in biology, in the examination of cells and DNA and all that stuff. Cis, on the same side of, or together, or something like that. And the reason the trans and cis prefixes are used to describe trans people or gender in general is because they make a lot of sense. If you are transgender, you are across the gender spectrum, okay? Right? A transgender woman is across the spectrum from male, okay? A transgender man is across the spectrum from female, okay? A cisgender person is on the same side of that spectrum, right? Okay, so if you're a cisgender man, you're on the man side of the spectrum, okay? But if you are a cisgender woman, you're on the woman side of the spectrum. If you're a transgender woman, you are on the woman side of the spectrum. Does this make more sense? I really hope it does. So when people say, cis isn't a word, cisgender is not a real thing, you now know how to correct them. It's totally a real thing, and it's been around since before your great-grandfather started teaching you these horrible beliefs. Another thing cisgender people might say, and they don't really know is wrong even, some of them aren't trying to be malicious or trying to shut you down, they just don't understand what they're saying is wrong, is, are you fully a woman yet? Or are you 100% woman? Or things like that, like you're going towards your true self, towards, as if I'm not already my true self. These kinds of things really irritate me because they're trying to be good, they're like, yes, look, I'm trying to support you, but you're not. Making me feel bad. The reason why you don't want to say things like you're going towards your truer self or you're becoming your true self, it implies that I'm still a man. I'm not, okay? I'm not. That's the point. That's the point. If I wasn't a woman until I had everything finished, I probably wouldn't be calling myself Stephanie the woman. Like, I am 100% girl. Whether I have a penis or not, I'm still 100% girl. If that makes you uncomfortable, you need to examine your idea of gender. Because if your idea of a gendered female, a woman, right, is beautiful and sexy to you, appealing to you, then you're not only excluding trans women with penises from your sexy woman list, you're excluding like 99% of the women of the world, okay? So like, oh, that was my phone telling me that the cookies are ready, so I gotta go. I hope this has been informative. I hope if you have been guilty of any of these 3 things in the past, that you have learned something and that you will no longer do them. Please. You have no excuses anymore, okay? I love you so much. This has been so fun. I will see you again very soon. Until next time, know that you are so capable. You are super strong. You are, I don't know, what are you this time? You are a shiny Gyarados, okay? So desired. I will see you again soon. I love you so much. Bye! I want to tell you about how video games and gaming saved my life, or at the very least,